OJ Simpson trial is one of the most controversial and most polarizing trials that has ever happened in the United States. There are people that believe that Simpson was the lone perpetrator and got away with murder. But there are some that believe that OJ Simpson was never there and may not even know who the true killer is. Here are 3 OJ Simpson conspiracies. Private investigator William C. Deere suggests that O.J. Simpson's oldest son Jason is the real culprit of the brutal murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. Diagnosed with intermittent explosive disorder, Jason had a history of outbursts, and during the time of the murders had been on probation for attacking an employer with a knife. Prior to that, he had been arrested for attacking 2 former girlfriends with a knife. Another point that Deere makes is that Jason had stopped taking Depakote, a medication that helps stabilize moods and stop seizures, 2 months before the murders. There were also irregularities on Jason's work time card on the night of the murders. Instead of being printed as normal, Jason's time card had been written in. Deere states that he interviewed Jason's co-workers who revealed that Jason had actually left work early that night due to slow business. At the scene of the murder, a black navy cap was found and contained animal and human hair that didn't match OJ. Jason was known to wear navy caps and had been photographed wearing one very similar. Curiously, the day after the murders, OJ immediately secured a lawyer for his son, even though he was never a suspect. This theory has been criticized due to the information provided being mostly circumstantial. Glen Rogers, aka the cross-country killer, is an American serial killer that claims that he is the real murderer. In 2012, Rogers allegedly confessed to his brother about the murders while on death row in Florida. Clay Rogers claims that weeks before the murders, Glen called him to brag that he had been partying with Nicole Brown Simpson. There are actual receipts that show that Glen Rogers had indeed worked in Los Angeles at the time. Glen Rogers claimed that he had been hired by OJ to steal a pair of $30,000 earrings and said that if Nicole got in his way, then he was to kill her. Rogers' claims, however, doesn't hold up to close scrutiny. He boasted and then recanted killing 70 people, and after he made his claim about OJ, it was discovered that he had been in jail for 6 weeks at the time of the murders. What if the murders had nothing to do with OJ? What if the pair were murdered because of mistaken identity? This theory was brought to the forefront by OJ Simpson's legal team. They theorized that Ron Goldman and Nicole Simpson had been killed by drug dealers who were actually after Nicole Simpson's friend, Faye Resnick. Both bodies had a Colombian necktie, which is described as consisting of a deep incision underneath the chin while the tongue is pulled through to hang on the chest. According to experts, this method of post-mortem mutilation is used by drug dealers for intimidation. However, the defense didn't use this theory in court because Faye Resnick threatened to go on the stand and say that she used to do cocaine with OJ. Because the theory was prejudicial, it was never used. OJ's former lawyer F. Lee Bailey firmly believes that this is the most likely scenario and has said that he will believe that drug dealers killed Simpson and Goldman until the day that he dies. Hey guys, this is Jen from the Twin Files. So what do you think? Do you think OJ did it, or do you have another conspiracy in mind? Let us know in the comments and please subscribe. It's really appreciated. Thanks again.